6 years ago, I posted a video on how I paid off more than $30,000 worth of debt. Today, that video has about 20,000 views. But paying off debt was only the beginning of my story. What happened after I became debt-free changed my life even more. Today, I want to share with you what I did differently, what I learned, and how taking control of my finances eventually gave me the freedom to travel more, leave healthcare after 20 years, and completely change my life. So if you've been following me, on day 4, I posted how I even got started with paying off this debt. I started budgeting, I started couponing, I started working extra shifts. I just got very intentional about where every dollar was going. Now, what immediately changed for me is I didn't have any more monthly payments anymore. Just think every month you're going over and you're doing your budget for the month. You may have 10 to 15 bills or however much. And just think that the more debt you're paying off, the lower your monthly payments are getting. Paying off debt immediately just removed all of the monthly payments that I had. It even gave me the room to save more money. And another thing, feeling anxious around the small emergencies. I could remember at one point a small little emergency that came up in the month, it would ruin my whole budget. Now I don't even have to worry okay, if something comes up, if an emergency comes up, I have that breathing room. I have my emergency fund built. The biggest change was not that I suddenly had all this money. It was just that my money wasn't promised to someone else. But I'm gonna tell you something. Although a lot of things changed for me after immediately paying off debt, I still budget to this day. I still have to control myself with impulse spending. So I ain't gonna lie, sometimes when I see things online or if I want to purchase something a big purchase or something like that, I actually think about it and actually give myself a little prep talk and talk myself through not just freely spending the money. And once you become debt-free, don't think that you can still spend carelessly, okay? So, not saying that I thought that I could spend carelessly, but it's almost in a sense that you might want to spend carelessly because it's almost dang, I all of a sudden have extra money. I have all this money. I'm not going to say all this money, but I just have extra money. So you can kind of be tempted to, spend here, spend there, but you still have to budget. You still have to take control of spending freely. Debt freedom gave me breathing room, but I have to protect that breathing room. Now, how I've been staying out of debt, I still create sinking funds, and I especially do this for my travels. When I'm traveling, I'm gonna give you an example. So when I went to Panama, I went to 2 countries. I went to Panama and I went to Colombia. I went to Cartagena, Colombia. But for each day, I wish I had it so that I could kind of show you guys, but I might insert a clip. But basically what I do is I have my little cash envelope and I give myself a budget. I think for that particular trip, I think I did $100 a day. But this is after most of our excursions and our activities was already booked for. I already have put money aside for that. Or some of the adventures I had, some of the activities I had already paid for. So this is outside. This is just my spending money. So what I do is, what I did was I put money aside for each day. So, and I literally label it today is Monday. This is $100. And of course, I do the currency exchange and all that stuff, but I still create sinking funds. Another thing that I do, I still save for large purchases. I'm not, like I said, I'm not just randomly going to make a large purchase just okay, I'm in the store and I'm just going to go ahead and make a large purchase. I don't do that anymore. I basically save for purchases. Right now, I'm in the process of helping my son to purchase his first car. So I'm saving for that. We're saving for that. And I'm actually teaching him how to save better. And then also any extra money that I make or any type of extra money that I make, y'all, I make sure that I put a portion of that money to my investments. So I can talk about my investments later on down the line, but I make sure that any extra money that I do, I am a braider. I've been braiding here for many, many years, but whenever I'm doing someone's hair, that extra money, I always make sure I budget and put money out aside for my investments. How financial freedom affected my career. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and I'm gonna get kind of deep here, but just excuse me. You can skip over if you don't want to get too deep, right? So for the time that I paid off my debt in 2019, now it's 2026, right? I feel that God has put me in a position to be exactly where I'm at right now, right? So I paid off my debt in 2019, and paying off that debt allowed me to quit or to retire from my 20-year healthcare job, right? And it allowed me to do that, and it put me in a position to now I'm taking care of my elder parent, right? I'm taking care of my mom, and I can comfortably say that, okay, I could quit my job. I don't have to work at this point in my life because I have to take care of my mom. Now, can you only imagine, like, if I was like in debt, if I was still in the position that I was in 2019 and being like up to here with debt, like I wouldn't have the options to say, no, I'm not going to go to work. I'm just going to stay here with my mom. I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't have those types of options. So becoming financially free, and that's what I keep saying, like it has completely changed my life. I'm not trying to be like cliche or whatever, however they say that, but it has completely changed my life. Like I have the opportunity now to step aside from the work field for a minute, take care of my mom, and then eventually, if I want to go back or when I decide to go back, I have those options to do that. Another awesome thing that I've been able to do is travel more. I've been able to travel via house sitting. I've been able to explore all these different places because I do have more freedom to do that. What would I do differently today if I was in the same position that I was in 2019? I probably would not make my budget so strict because, yeah, like I said, I was very intense. I was very intentional, and I made my budget very, very strict. So I think I would definitely change that. I would start my small emergency funds sooner. I would recreate my sinking funds earlier. And I think I would plan some type of enjoyment in the process. Like I shared before, my enjoyment was just rearranging my house and getting creative in my house. But I think if I had to do that over again, I would definitely create some enjoyment in the process. And more importantly, investing. I would definitely learn about investing sooner. If I can give any advice to someone at this point, I would give 3 steps. First, face the real numbers, create a realistic plan, and decide where every extra dollar will go. You don't need to change everything today. You just need to take one honest step and just repeat it. Paying off $30,000 worth of debt was a great accomplishment. The greatest reward was not the zero balance. It was the choices that came afterward. It gave me more breathing room. It gave me more control of my time. And eventually, it helped me create a life with more freedom. This is day 7 of my journey from debt to freedom. And if you're ready to start your own reset, I do have a Money Mindset Workbook. It will be linked down in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. See you guys in the next one.